The Green Hornet. He hunts the biggest of all game, public enemies that even the G-men cannot reach. The Green Hornet. With his faithful valet, Cato, Britt Reed, daring young publisher, matches wits with the underworld, risking his life that criminals and racketeers within the law may feel its weight by the sting of the Green Hornet. Ride with Britt Reed as he races toward another thrilling adventure. The Green Hornet strikes again.
Got to hurry. Must get the mystery man of crime.
Increase efforts to stop robberies. Sentinel XP Piper. Read all about it.
How about it, Martin? You're the district attorney.
We're doing all we can. The police are making arrests promptly. I'm bringing them to trial as fast as possible.
What's the word, Commissioner? The Daily Sentinel wants to know.
General orders have gone out to the entire police force. This crime wave must be stopped, and it will be stopped.
Cops, what are we going to do?
Give me this stuff, kid. Cut the other way. Keep your mouth shut and you'll be all right.
I see you there. Stop. Stop or I'll shoot.
I can't run anymore. I'm tired out.
Don't try nothing. It's a pinch.
I didn't do nothing.
We'll take it up later.
You don't have to.
I'm holding right onto this coat collar, see? Where's the other one?
I was alone.
Don't try that. There were two of you. Where's your pal?
I tell you, I was alone.
Yes, I get it. You were alone. I suppose you're going to tell me you didn't pull a job back there. Okay, don't talk. We'll get you in the lineup at headquarters. An identification's all we need, and we'll get that. Okay, Burgess, you're next.
The lights, they're so strong I can't see.
You ain't supposed to. Get up on that platform and stand against those lines on the wall. Stand straight. Go ahead.
Name?
It's Burgess.
Arrested on suspicion of burglary. Is that right, Leary?
Yes, sir. Caught him last night around 2 a.m. running down the street in the vicinity of that burgled home. Wouldn't stop till I threatened to shoot.
Turn sideways, Burgess. All right, everyone. Take a good look at him.
Is this what you call a police lineup, Lowry?
That's right, Clicker. They parade the suspects across that lighted stage. The detectives sit below here in the dark.
What for?
In case he's wanted for some other job. They can recognize him. Hey, there's Martin going out the door. Come on.
Are we going to stay here?
If there's any dope on this kid, Martin has it. Hey, Mr. Martin.
Oh, Lowry. Want me?
What about this Burgess kid? You got any dope on him?
Only the routine police report when they booked him.
Kind of young for a criminal, isn't he?
Yes, he is. That's what disturbs me.
Well, how?
Well, as district attorney, I've run across many like him. A youngster like that usually cracks wide open as soon as he's arrested.
You mean this one didn't?
There've been a lot like him lately. They refuse to talk. In fact, they act like old-timers.
Those kids?
As if they'd been coached.
Coach?
Holy mackerel, Mr. Martin. Do you mean there's someone behind these kids? A higher up?
I'm telling you this because you work for Britt Reed. Reed's a friend of mine. It's not for publication.
Check, Mr. Martin. For the boss's ears only. You hear that, Clicker?
Sure, but I'm a photographer, not a news hound.
Behind every crime stands a shadowy figure.
Huh?
The disposer of stolen goods.
Oh, that? Well, sure. Everyone knows the crook's got to sell the stuff he steals someplace.
Over 20 robberies in the past month without a single case of recovered property.
Holy mackerel, Mr. Martin. That means...
And that's not all.
Well, that's enough.
Most criminals are careful to take only those things which the police can trace. Money, for instance.
You mean these robberies are different?
Very much different. This fence disposes of stolen goods so easily, these young criminals steal anything. Jewelry, silver plate, even money with the serial numbers known to the owner.
Gosh, this fence sounds like a mastermind.
Until we discover him, our chances of stopping these crimes is practically nil.
Oh, give us a break. This would make a swell yarn.
Sorry. The less the papers carry, the more chance we have of cracking this.
But listen.
I'm holding you to your promise. This is not for publication.
Okay, we'll hold off. Say you'll give the Sentinel first crack, though, won't you?
When we trap this crook, yes.
You don't mean when, Mr. Martin. You mean when and if.
Yes.
Mr. Gilmore to see you, Mr. Reed.
Gilmore? Oh, yes, in just a moment, Miss Case.
Gilmore? Ain't he the big bug who's always giving money away?
That's right, Axford. Gilmore's a wealthy man. His charities are very well known. You'd better bring the car on. I'll be ready to leave soon.
It's downstairs already, waiting. Say, look, Reed. Have I got to wear this monkey suit all the while Cato is gone?
If you don't mind. I thought you wanted to.
Oh, it ain't being your chauffeur during the little fella's vacation I mind. Not a bit. But golly, this collar is sort of funny in me neck.
You wanted a chauffeur's uniform, didn't you?
How was I gonna know it had them button jackets? Suffering snakes, Reed. It's worse than the cop uniform I wore when I was pounding the beat.
Well, if it's that bad, you can keep the collar open.
Golly, can I?
Of course, no chauffeur would do that.
He wouldn't?
No more than a policeman on duty would loosen his.
Sure.
But since you're not a permanent chauffeur, why, I
No,
suppose...
listen here. Michael Axford always wears a uniform like it ought to be wore. This collar stays buttoned.
Suit yourself.
You ought to know better than to suggest anything otherwise. As long as I'm shuffling you around, I'm dressing according to regulations. Head be waiting downstairs.
Poor Axford.
Yes, Mr. Reed?
Show Mr. Gilmore in now. I hope Gilmore won't stay too long. It's a good day for a round of golf.
Go right in, Mr. Gilmore.
Afternoon, Reed.
Sit down, Gilmore.
Reed, I've come to protest about your stories on this recent crime wave.
Are you against the campaign the Sentinel is pursuing?
Of course not. Every public-spirited citizen wants these crimes stopped.
That's what we're trying to do.
Your way is the wrong way.
Gilmore, you're one of the city's foremost citizens. I'm deeply interested in your opinion, but the Sentinel believes crime can be fought by publicity.
I don't agree.
That's obvious. But why?
Reed, you know I've done a lot of work in helping ex-convicts get jobs, in aiding them to become useful citizens once more.
I don't question that. It's well known that you've spent plenty of time and money. It's a worthy cause, the Sentinel said so many times.
Yet by your recent actions, you're undoing much that I've worked for. This constant publicity.
You don't believe in turning the spotlight on crime?
It's making things much harder for those men I'm trying to help.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
You refuse to see my viewpoint?
We're at opposite poles, Gilmore. While I respect your stand, I can't agree with it.
But don't
I'm
you
sorry,
see...
argument won't convince me. Good day.
I see. In that case...
Oh, by the way...
Yes?
Dealing with ex-criminals so much, I was wondering, do you have any ideas about this crime wave?
Ideas?
Well, you might have heard rumors.
No, not a thing.
I see. If you do hear anything...
I'll inform the police.
Naturally. Good day, Gilmore.
Goodbye, Reed.
I wonder if Gilmore isn't more concerned with his pet philanthropies than he is with helping the police.
Hey, boss, can I speak to you now?
Yeah, what is it, Lowry?
Clicker and I just came from headquarters. I got a hot lead from Martin.
District Attorney, Martin?
It's this crime wave. There's a higher-up bossing it.
Oh.
Well, that's what they don't know. Whoever it is, he's got him buffaloed. Not one bit of stolen property has been recovered.
Oh, that's unusual.
Sure. The cops know most of the guys who fence stolen property. That's how they get it back. They know where to look.
No wonder there's been a crime wave.
Well, that's what Martin said. As long as kids like Burgess can get rid of what they swipe safely and fast, it makes crime easier for them.
Lowry, you've dug up a pretty good story. Mystery man of crime, eh?
Yeah, but we can't use it.
You can't use it?
That's what I said.
Well, why not?
Because I promised Martin. They don't want any loopholes. They're after this guy, and a story might gum the works.
Say, Mr. Reed, a flash came in from police headquarters.
What is it, Miss Benny?
This Burgess kid, me and Lowry saw in the lineup.
Well, what about him?
He's been released.
They're not holding him?
Nothing to hold him on, Mr. Reed.
But that robbery last night.
The cop picked him up on suspicion. Long as Burgess kept his mouth shut, they couldn't do a thing. There's a big shot behind it, all right.
Yeah, no doubt of it.
Why, sure. Martin says this fence gets rid of anything.
What's that?
You know, Mr. Reed, this guy's so well organized, he handles stolen goods that no one else dares to touch.
Yeah, even marked money.
Oh, that's interesting.
Gosh, what's the answer? Who is this fence? How are they ever going to get him?
That's hard to say, Miss Benny, but someday he'll run into a situation he can't control.
I hope you're right, boss.
And when that day comes, we'll find out who he is. We'll plaster his name clear across page 1.
Boy, and how?
Perhaps that day isn't as far distant as it appears to be.
Suffering snakes, Reed. What's up?
You look flustered, Axford.
Sure I am. Here I'm sitting in Casey's office at the paper waiting for you, and I hear the news.
I'm going out of town for a few days?
That's why I come running over.
You needn't have bothered. Everything's packed.
But golly, Reed, ain't I going with you?
You?
Ain't I taking Cato's place? Not to mention I'm your bodyguard.
I'm going alone.
No, look here, Reed.
But I have a better job for you.
Huh?
A very important job, Axford. I want you to stay here in the apartment to guard the wall safe.
Oh, golly. What's in it?
I have some valuable jewelry and money in it. Now, ordinarily, I'd put it in the bank, but I'm in a hurry to leave.
Oh, that's different.
Of course, I know the serial numbers of these bills, and the jewelry is readily identifiable, but still...
Sure, I understand. You want to be dead sure there ain't nobody getting at it.
That's it. Now, even though it's not the sort of chance most criminals would take, I'll feel better with you on guard.
You can rest easy, Reed. I won't so much as shut me eyes.
Oh, just one thing more.
Yeah?
No one must know those valuables are there.
Sure not.
You mustn't tell a soul.
No, Reed, you know I never talk.
It wouldn't do for this to get around.
You can trust me, Reed. You know how I am.
Oh, yes, Axford. I know just how you are. I think I can count on you to do exactly the right thing.
Britt Reed knew very well that the talkative Irishman would be unable to keep the secret. As he had planned, the very next day saw Mike Axford spreading the news.
It's a secret, mind you. You won't tell no one else.
Of course not. You know me.
Well, Reed left me to guard his valuables. Oh, not that any crook would try and get him when they're easy to identify. But having Mike Axford around...
I got a street from the big guy himself, on the level.
So what? No smart crook's going to touch that stuff. Not if it's as easy to spot as you say.
Yeah, sure. Guess that's why this Reed ain't worried about leaving a lug like Axford on guard. But keep it under your hat anyway. It's all around town, Crocker. In a wall safe.
Yeah, the grapevine's full of it.
Too bad it's stuff that's hard to get rid of.
Get smart, Burgess. We can handle that loot.
Huh?
We got rid of the stuff in that other job, didn't we?
You mean the big boss?
Sure. He ain't no petty larceny fence.
Say, Crocker, who is this big shot?
That's none of your business, guy. I'm the go-between, see? Now stick around a while. I'll tell this to the big boss. If he gives us the okay, you and me are going to pull this job. It'll be a pushover.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Green Hornet adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a moment. Now to continue our story. Behind the clothes press in the bedroom of Britt Reed's apartment was a secret passageway leading to the supposedly abandoned building where Britt Reed housed the car of the Green Hornet. Instead of leaving town, Britt Reed moved himself to a small, fully equipped room in the abandoned building. From there, he returned through the secret passageway.
I'll stay right here in the passageway. I've already made arrangements so that I can hear whatever goes on in that apartment. The mask and the Green Hornet weapon are handy when I need them.
Britt Reed could hear Michael Axford in the study. Axford was talking to Lowry.
I'm glad you dropped the road, Lowry. Why don't you stay a little longer?
Because I've said what I came to say, Axford.
But golly, Lowry, I tell you, I didn't breathe a word to no one.
Not much. How do you think the news got around?
Well, search me.
I'd like to gag you. I'll bet every crook in town knows what's in that safe.
It's a mystery to me how they found out.
Oh, I haven't time to argue with you. Your tongue's hinged in the middle, and you know it.
Golly, Lowry, I'm beginning to remember. Maybe I did let a mention slip, but I didn't mean to.
That's the way you do everything, without meaning to.
You won't tell Reed?
It'd serve you right.
Oh, holy crow, now control yourself, Lowry. Remember, there ain't nothing happened yet.
Yeah, no need of my telling the boss. If anything does go wrong, he'll find out soon enough himself.
You don't think nothing will happen, do you?
No, but it's just as well the boss is insured.
No, ain't it just like that, Lowry, to try and scare me? As if I ain't up to handling any crook that pokes his nose in here. Any crook at all. Suffering snake, he's back again. This time I'll tell him a few things. Now listen to me, Ed Lowry. You can't...
Get back inside.
Hey, you ain't Lowry. Hurry up.
This is a gun you're staring at. Move.
If Lowry sent you up here for a joke, I ain't falling for it, see?
It's no joke. You don't know who we are, and we're keeping these handkerchiefs over our faces so you can't find out. Now open that safe.
You're crooks.
Here it is.
Get it open.
Get away from that safe. If it's fight you want,
Don't try any rough stuff.
I'll handle him.
Who the devil?
Let me loose. Another one.
Take it.
The Green Hornet. So that's what... Gas.
Don't move unless you want the same.
You shot him.
He called you the Green Hornet.
He did.
I seen pictures of that mask.
Now that you know who I am, let's get busy.
Listen, Hornet, did you have a silencer on that gat? Is this guy dead?
Let's talk. Get busy.
What are you here for?
Same thing you came after. That's safe.
But don't be a sap, Hornet. You can't take that stuff.
Why not?
No regular fence will touch it.
And if I can't get rid of it, how about you?
That's my business.
It is, huh?
Hey, what are you doing?
Picking up a paperweight in his handkerchief.
Take this.
Huh?
I said take it in your hand.
What for?
Do as I say. You got the same as that man on the floor got.
No, don't shoot. I got it.
Now, hand it to your partner.
Okay, but I still...
I got it.
Put it back in this handkerchief.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks for the fingerprints.
Fingerprints? Now, look here, Hornet.
Shut up. I might turn this over to the cops. Huh? It's positive proof that you were here and that you pulled this job.
You can't do that, Hornet.
I can and I will. Unless you do as I say.
We're listening.
You say you have a fence who'll handle the stuff in that safe?
He'll handle anything, but not from you.
Now, remember these fingerprints.
Don't be a sap, Crocker. He's got us in a spot.
Shut up. I take orders from the boss.
You haven't any choice.
The boss don't
Either
like
you
guys.
do as I say or you take your chances with the police. You can't alibi fingerprints.
Listen, you let us crack this safe and take the stuff, and we'll split with you later. Now, how's that?
The answer is no.
We wouldn't cross
It's
you.
still no. You can't bargain with the Green Hornet, Crocker.
Well, seeing as you're the Hornet.
That means I'll meet him too, huh?
You, Burgess, you're small time. The Hornet can meet the boss, but he's the only one.
Now that that's settled, get busy. Open that safe. I'm looking forward to meeting this big boss, and the sooner the better.
Under Britt Reed's direction, the safe was quickly opened.
Hey, look at this stuff. Jewels.
Plenty of dough, too.
Get going, out the door.
Sure. Come on, Burgess.
Boy, this stuff is heavy.
Come on, Hornet. What are you waiting for?
I'll be right there. Just a moment.
With his handkerchief covering his hand, Britt Reed picked up the paperweight bearing the fingerprints once more, then slid it into the open safe.
I'll leave the safe open and cracked.
Snap it up.
Coming.
We've been around this place long enough. We'd better get to the car downstairs.
All right, let's go.
Car's right outside. No one's going to spot us.
So drop Burgess and drive directly to where this big shot is.
Yeah.
And don't try anything, Crocker. Let me remind you, it isn't wise to fool with a Green Hornet.
Come on, you lug. Tell me what happened. Make it straight this time.
I tell you, it was the Green Hornet.
You said it was two other guys.
Sure, two others first, then the Green Hornet second.
Were they together?
Hey, I guess so. Soon as these two forced their way in...
Force?
You don't think I'd let them have their own way just because they was armed, do you?
Now, skip it. What then?
Well, we're fighting, see? Then just when I'm getting the best of them, some guy yells something, I turn around, and what do you think?
The Green Hornet.
No. I mean, yeah, the Green Hornet. Before I could move a step, he lets me have it.
He gassed you, didn't he?
Yeah, I fought the best I could, but golly, Lowry, I sure made a mess of things.
Nice work, Hexford. While you're unconscious, those crooks opened the safe and swiped the works. And all you know is that it was the Green Hornet and two other guys.
Hold on, Lowry. Maybe we know more than that.
Huh?
This paperweight, it was in the safe. I just sprayed powder on it.
Find anything?
2 sets of fingerprints, clear as a bell.
Fingerprints?
Come on. Maybe this isn't such a clean job after all.
Where are we going?
To headquarters. If we check these prints, we may put our finger right on the birds who pulled this job.
Okay, Hornet.
What are we stopping here for, Crocker?
Well, this is it. The big boss.
Here? This house?
Sure, this is the place. What's eating you?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Only this particular house.
Come on, then. We ain't got all night. Took enough time already dropping Burgess off.
Hey, wait a minute.
Eh?
Get back in the car.
Now, listen, Hornet.
I said back. Move over. I'll take the wheel.
What's the idea of scramming out?
I saw something.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's better that your big boss meet us someplace else.
Where we going?
That's up to you. Where's a good spot to meet your boss?
Well, there's the park. Met him there before.
That's it. We can meet there in an hour.
Okay, I'll give him a ring and tell him all
You
about
needn't
it.
bother. I'll call him.
What for?
I have some business to attend to. Just to make sure you can do nothing until we're due to meet.
Hey, the gun. Put it down.
Not before I use it. You'll meet me later, Crocker, in the park. Yes, Crocker, in the park. You can't hear me now, so I can tell you this. I won't be there as the Green Hornet. I hope he's there. Hello? That's right, boss. Crocker. Well, I didn't want to take a chance coming in. I saw a cop hanging around. Yeah, sure, we got plenty from that safe. Well, it's hot. I want to get rid of it. How about the park? Yeah, okay, the regular place. At the reservoir? Right. Now to call the police. Then I'll get back to the apartment as if I'm returning from my trip.
That's it. That's the fingerprint check, all right.
So, Crocker and Burgess robbed Mr. Reed's safe.
Maybe one of them's the Green Hornet.
Let me answer this phone, then we'll grab those birds. Headquarters.
If you want a tip, go to the reservoir in the park.
Tip? Tip on what?
Crocker's gonna be there in an hour. Get there and wait.
Crocker? Say, who is this?
You'll get Crocker and his boss. Go there and wait.
Who's talking? Who
was it?
Hung up. Some guy says Crocker's going to be at the reservoir in the park in an hour with his boss.
His boss?
Hey, maybe that's the Green Hornet.
Or maybe it's that big short fence we're trying to locate.
You know what? I got a theory.
You and your theories.
And the level. Maybe there's something between this fence and the Hornet. Maybe this guy is the Green Hornet.
Hello. Anyone around?
Boss. Boss, that you?
Crocker, what's happened?
I'm okay now, boss. That Green Hornet doesn't trust anybody.
Green Hornet? What are you talking about?
He was in on that job.
What?
Me and Burgess, we go to this guy Reed's place to crack the safe like you said.
Well?
That's when the Hornet steps in. Isn't he here?
Stop all this nonsense. Have you got the loot from the safe?
Huh?
You phoned me to meet you here.
It was the Hornet phone. He gave me a shot of gas. Said he had to leave for a while and he'd meet us here.
You're dreaming. Where's the loot? I thought so. In your car.
Sure. Me and the
We'll
Hornet.
go into that later. Hand me one of those bags. You take the other.
Okay, but I...
Well, give me it.
Sure. Watch it, boss. It's heavy.
What the...
Hey, what was that?
Flash of light.
No, you don't.
Don't move, either one of you.
The police. That light. Someone took a photograph.
And a beauty, mister.
Let me go. I ain't done nothing.
No, you don't. You're sick.
Hey, how about a light? Let's see who these rats are.
Hey, Lowry. I tripped back away. Did you get him? Is it the Hornet?
Turn your flash on him, Leary.
Okay.
This is an outrage.
Come on, get your arm away from your face. Let's see who you are, big shot.
You can't.
Well, I'll be... So you're the big shot fence we've been looking for. You, Gilmore.
Gilmore? Gosh, I thought I recognized him when the flash bulb went off, but it was so quick I couldn't be sure.
What a story. Gilmore, the city's philanthropist. No wonder you couldn't face that stuff, Martin.
You deny you received stolen goods, Gilmore?
I have nothing to say.
Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Don't try to deny it, Crocker. We found your fingerprints in Mr. Reed's apartment.
My fingerprints? I thought
We have you cold. And Gilmore, too.
We heard enough of the conversation between you and Crocker to send you both up, Gilmore. And that's where you're going. Take him away.
Come on, move.
Mallory, Miss Benny, what's going on?
Reed, Gotti, where'd you come from?
I just got back from my trip. A policeman on guard there told me what had happened. I called headquarters, and, well, here I am.
Can you imagine, boss? The big shot behind this crime wave, the guy who set up that robbery of your place was Gilmore.
Gilmore uses philanthropists as a blind. He must have had Crocker pick up young crooks like Burgess.
You could have knocked me over with the feather, Reed.
It surprised me, too, Axford. I've been to Gilmore's house so many times, I recognize it in the dark. And yet, tonight is the first time I realized that a man like that could be a crook.
That's him, boss. As crooked as the Green Hornet.
Piper! Head of crime ring arrested! Prominent citizen revealed as crook! Green Hornet linked with criminals! Read all about it! Green Hornet still at large! Sentinel X Street Piper!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Green Hornet Incorporated. The situations and characters depicted in this drama are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons or events of the past or present is coincidental.